Do you remember when Daniel Tiger went to the hospital and had to be put down for his own good?
We are here to help you get better.
Hey everyone, first of all, thank you to everyone who watched my last Daniel Tiger video. I mean, seriously, holy crap. I know my last couple Daniel Tiger videos did pretty well, but we reached 250,000 views in just 3 days. This is also how I found out about YouTube's new hype feature, which I'm still not entirely sure how that works, but I'm glad I got featured in the top 100 before it gets completely taken over by bots and AI channels. I was surprised to see just how many autistic viewers resonated with the video, which I guess makes sense considering the episodes I covered specifically feature an autistic character. And yeah, as many of you in the comments pointed out, I probably should have called the video Daniel Tiger is an ableist. But hey, what can you do? That video actually did so well, Autism Digest reached out to me to do an interview.
For those that may not know your story, do you mind summarizing it in your own words?
I am a 29-year-old YouTuber, and I live with my dad because I'm a 29-year-old YouTuber.
Check out the link in the description to watch the full interview where we talk about Daniel Tiger, YouTube, and autism awareness in children's media. Also, in another bit of good news, PBS finally released their copyright claim on my Elmo review.
Finally!
That means I can finally put out my 60,000 subscriber video, which is now looking like it's going to be a 70,000 subscriber video. So I'm excited to announce I am finally going to show you my review for Elmo in Grouchland next Saturday.
What? What?
I know, I'm sorry to keep you all waiting, but here's the thing. I want to give a bit of time for my patrons and channel members to have early access to this video. For those of you who are channel members or support me on Patreon, you're a big part of why I get to do this for a living, so I want to make sure you're getting your money's worth. So if you want to watch the uncensored version of my Elmo review right now, you can sign up for my Patreon or become a channel member right here on YouTube. The regular video will be premiering on my channel on Saturday, September 6th. For realsies this time, no takesies backsies. So in the first Daniel Tiger video I ever made, I talked about how one of the show's most infamous episodes is a blatant ripoff of Arthur's big hit.
I am so mad! I told you not to touch it!
Since then, I've been looking for other episodes to cover that are direct knockoffs of much better kids shows, and I'm pleased to report I found an episode that's an exact copy of not just one, but 2 iconic PBS cartoons. I'm specifically referring to the season 5 episode, Daniel Tiger Goes to the Hospital. In this episode, we see Daniel Tiger is nervous about going to the hospital to deal with his ear infection. And if that story setup sounds familiar, it's because they already did this exact same plotline in Operation DW and Caillou Visits the Doctor, both of which I've already covered on FUDW and FU Caillou respectively. So today, I want to go through all 3 of these episodes to see which brat had the worst hospital visit, and which of them deserved to be put down for good. Call it a battle of the brats, if you will. I don't think anyone else is using that title right now. So hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and leave a hype, I guess, and let's delve right in. This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Make sure to turn on notifications and help get this video to 5,000 likes. Daniel Tiger is sick as a dog. Daniel reveals he has a sore throat, which is clearly a symptom of an ear infection. His doctor says Daniel needs to come in for an operation so he can get fixed. So he can get his ears fixed. Daniel says he doesn't want to go to the hospital, even though it's his own damn fault for cramming God knows what into his ear holes.
Did you ever have to go to the hospital?
Yeah, I'm going there after this episode so I can get my ears removed so I don't have to listen to your naggy little voice, Daniel. Daniel says he doesn't know a damn thing about surgery, so his parents walk him through every aspect of the hospital. But wait, they're tigers, so shouldn't they be going to the vet? Daniel starts to panic when he learns his normal doctor won't be the one doing the operation.
Tikey doesn't know Dr. Lee either.
You don't say. Daniel starts to get suspicious when he finds out the doctor will be putting him to sleep for the surgery, and if they're a good doctor, they'll make sure Daniel never wakes up. So let's compare the opening of this episode to Operation DW. In that episode, we get a bit of time with the big-eared brat to see how her infection is affecting her day-to-day life before the show outright explains what's wrong with DW, or at least what's wrong with her ears. I've been trying to explain what's wrong with DW for the past 3 years, and I'm still just scratching the surface. In Daniel's case, the titular tiger just spells out what's wrong with him right from the get-go without any build-up or tension. So even though the show is telling us Daniel needs surgery, we don't fully understand why. Do his ears hurt? Is he having trouble hearing? The show never tells us. For all we know, Daniel is just being a little crybaby like he always is. In less than a minute, Arthur is able to explain what a hearing infection is, show how it affects your hearing, and demonstrate the importance of the surgery. Daniel Tiger's episodes are twice as long as Arthur's, but they can't be bothered to take 1 second to explain why we should care about Daniel going to the hospital. Daniel takes his stuffed animal and his grandfather's seashell music box with him to the hospital, along with a change of clothes, which seems rather pointless since he wears the same damn sweater in every episode. The Tiger family takes the sentient trolley to the hospital, where Daniel is surprised to be in a building that isn't his house or school.
Have you ever been in an elevator?
Daniel, who do you know that has never been on an elevator? They get to the pediatric ward, and Daniel immediately has a crap attack.
The lights are so bright here.
He says the lights are too bright and all the loud noises are giving him a headache. Oh, so you do know what sensory overload is. Daniel starts whining that he wants to go home, which feels like it comes right the hell out of nowhere. I mean, he was so gung-ho about the surgery 10 seconds ago, and now he's acting like he's about to get his balls chopped off. At least when Caillou went to the doctor, they made it clear from the beginning that this little bald brat was scared shitless the moment he walked into the lobby.
I don't want to see the doctor, Mommy.
Admittedly, Caillou had a much bigger freakout when he got to the hospital. He's so scared that he tries to run away by hiding in his mom's vagina. But again, that episode took the time to show why Caillou was nervous about going to the doctor. So when he eventually does have a full meltdown, it doesn't feel like it comes out of nowhere. Similarly, a good chunk of Operation DW is spent showing the days leading up to DW's operation. We see how she struggles with her feelings about the surgery before her family reassures her everything will be okay. With Daniel Tiger, he freaks out for 10 seconds and then calms down when his parents tell him to cut the crap. Such a riveting scene. Daniel introduces himself and his plush toy to the pediatric nurse, and hold up, that is the exact same plushie as Caillou's, but it's just a different species. Daniel Tiger isn't even trying to hide the fact that it's a ripoff. They get to Daniel's room, and the cranky gub is annoyed that it doesn't look like his bedroom.
This doesn't look like my room at home.
What the hell were you expecting, Daniel? It's a hospital, not Airbnb. The nurse asks Daniel if he wants a gown with stars or ducks. I mean, stars, obviously.
I choose duckies.
Boo, boo, Daniel. Bad choice. Daniel draws the curtain so he can change into his hospital gown, which seems rather pointless since he's already naked below the waist. I mean, God forbid we see his nipples. The nurse gives him a wristband to wear during the operation.
It's kind of like wearing a watch.
Only this watch tells the time of your death. The nurse then takes his measurements, and Daniel Tiger is so fat that when he steps on the scale, it just says to be continued. Okay, that might have been uncalled for, but if I'm being honest, this part of the episode is just really boring. This episode is over 22 minutes long, and it does not know how to fill that time. For a point of reference, Operation DW is half the length of this episode, and they managed to show DW getting diagnosed, the build-up to her hospital stay, and the aftermath of her surgery all within 11 minutes. Hell, Caillou Visits the Doctor is only 4 minutes long, and it still tells a complete story with an epilogue. This episode of Daniel Tiger could have easily been boiled down to 11 minutes without missing a beat. Or if they still wanted to make it the full half hour, they could have shown what happened to Daniel before he found out he needed surgery, so we could better understand why we should care about it in the first place. But since 90% of this episode is spent at the hospital, we're left with these long, uncomfortably drawn out scenes of all the mundane crap you have to deal with at every doctor's appointment. I get that the episode is trying to normalize hospitals for kids, but I feel like kids would be way too bored to sit through this entire episode. And even if they did pay attention, they'd then be worried the hospital was going to bore them to death. The doctor explains that she's going to put Daniel to sleep for the duration of the surgery. Daniel says he had better wake up, otherwise Katarina Kitty Cat will be in charge of the show. And I don't think any of us want that. The doctor promises to take care of Daniel, and then takes him away to be taken care of. They wheel him into the operating room and promptly put him under so they can bring in the taxidermists. The doctor tells him to think of all the people that make him happy, and Daniel lists himself 3 times in a row. Daniel finally passes out and has a dream where he sails the ocean in a seashell. Who cares? Daniel wakes up from the operation. Damn, the tiresome tiger is in such a rush to get home that he forgets to change out of his hospital gown, even though, again, he's already naked below the waist. The episode ends before we see the Tiger family get their $50,000 hospital bill, and the doctor's getting sued for malpractice for operating on a wild animal. So as you can see, not only is this episode of Daniel Tiger a blatant ripoff, but it's also inferior to its competitors in every way. Don't believe me? Let's review. The episode featured a whiny little brat who had to go to the doctor to deal with an ear infection. They brought along their favorite stuffed animal to help them get through the ordeal, but still freaked out once they got to the actual hospital. They tried to put off the surgery until their parents convinced them that there was nothing to worry about. They ended up getting put under for ear surgery and proceeded to have a very stupid dream. And when all was said and done, they decided to annoy the crap out of their family by playing doctor at home, which feels like a malpractice suit waiting to happen. F-U-D-W. I mean, F you, Caillou. I mean, fuck you, Daniel Tiger. Thanks for watching, everyone. If there's a specific cartoon you want me to watch, top-tier patrons can commission a review from my channel. You can also become a channel member to get early access to all my uncensored videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful